Hey there, crew. Brandon here. Welcome to another Masks Monday, the show that brings your podcast from zero to hero. Now, today we're doing something a little bit different. We've got just a little mini-sode. This is a new idea I want to play with instead of missing weeks. I've been struggling to keep up with the production schedule, so this is kind of my try to make things right. What I'm going to be doing with these mini-episodes is tackling a subject that doesn't take a full 15-20 minutes, or just presenting a new move that's something you can use in your game. Now, this video is going to have some spoilers. Not major ones, I don't talk about any specific events, but the move implies things that are in the movie Avengers Endgame. If you haven't seen it yet, and you would like to see it, I recommend seeing it. I enjoyed it a lot. It was really good, and I'm not going to argue with people in the comments. The move itself is not specifically of Endgame, but it has to do with wielding an object of impossible power. So you can see how those things might be vaguely related. If you need to stop right now, pause, come back, and see it later. Yeah, we're letting people get away. I'm not sure how long to wait right now, but here's Pippin in the meantime. Hit pause. Okay, we're back. So, here's the move. When you wield an artifact of impossible strength to change the very strings of reality, tell us how everything will change and roll plus conditions marked. On a hit, you do it. Reality falls before you, and your vision as you state it appears. No tricks. On a 7 to 9, it costs you dearly. Use a red pen to permanently mark one of your conditions, as you describe how it permanently marks your body. On a 10 plus, it costs you everything. Perish. On a miss, the power is too much. Mark 2 conditions, and the GM will make a move. This is a weird move, and that was kind of intentional. I want this to feel like a big climactic moment in a game, and so I structured the move a little bit differently so that the player has to think about how they want to ideally roll when they're making their decision. It also puts the onus on the player to try to roll with some conditions marked, but not a whole bunch of them. Obviously, this is a move with really wide-reaching consequences, and so I don't want them to just kind of vaguely be going in, or to base it off of a stat, which could be really unimportant to who they are. For this move, what you want to be doing, in all likelihood, is rolling that 7 to 9. If you have too many conditions marked, you're gonna probably die. And if you don't have enough marked, then it's a little bit harder to hit it. Now, that does make things kind of complicated in terms of using team. Getting a 10, you cannot be saved. You're just gonna have to deal with it. This is actually one of those situations where someone could use their defend somebody skill in order to stop you from doing the thing and lowering your ability. On the 10 plus, you want to give your players enough time to have a scene that matters. They have had a bunch of connections, and it's time that you make good on a couple of those. And then just let them die and let them play that out. That can be a lot of fun. This is one of those places where safety tools can be really helpful, but that's probably not for this discussion. On a 7 to 9, you're going to be permanently marking one of your conditions. That means that your character is forever closer to being taken out of a fight. It means they forever roll higher to take a powerful blow, and it means they forever have a -2 on a couple of different things. This is not something to be done lightly, and it should be something that has a major effect in the future. It might be that you've got the Infinity Gauntlet style Molten Hand going on, but it could be something totally different. Just make it so that when people see you, they know what you've done, because that is a rad moment. On a 6-, mark your potential like you always would, get 2 conditions, and the GM will make a move. I wanted this to be harsh because it shouldn't just be a thing that someone without any conditions is like, oh yeah, I'll mess around with the Infinity Gauntlet, why not? It should be something that if you mess around with it, it has some potential harsh consequences, even if you don't succeed in remaking all of creation. This is definitely not the only way to go around the Infinity Gauntlet and the snap, but I think it's one way that works relatively well. If you liked this move, or if you liked this segment on Masks Mondays, let me know in the comments. I really appreciate it, and I would love to hear how this kind of thing goes in your game if you end up using it. It doesn't obviously need to be the gauntlet. It can be any device of ridiculous power. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, ring that bell, hit me up, let me know what you've been enjoying about these videos. That makes it much easier for me to tailor my content and get us having the best experience of Masks together that we possibly can. I'm about to go record Stop, Hack, and Roll, so tune in tomorrow to hear our discussion on how to manage multiple GMs in a single story. we've got a little resource that we're messing around with that I think could be really helpful and something that we're going to be using for Protean City Comics. Until next week, keep being a force for good in a world that hates and fears you. Bye, folks.